This is a video that's going to review punctuation, and we're going to look at 6 different ways that we can fix the same sentence. You'll notice that my grammar checker is a little bit mad at me. It is underlining in blue where we have these 2 sentences that ran together. Let's read it. I'm going to look at the first one. They're all the same except for the last 2. I've inverted the order. We made sure we got up in the middle of the night. We wanted to see the harvest moon. So the first thing that I can do is, like the first pattern on the punctuation pattern sheet, is I can put a period here, and then I want to make sure that I capitalize the we, and look, my grammar checker is like showing me that that's true. The second thing that I can do is use a semicolon to join these 2 complete ideas. I can put a semicolon here, and then I am okay. The next thing that I can do is use a coordinating conjunction. I can use a word like and. Remember, when I use and to join 2 complete sentences, anything on this of the 7, I can use a comma. Let's read and here's how that sounds. We made sure we got up in the middle of the night and we wanted to see the harvest moon. We kind of want that one that means because, even though we're not using because, and it's a little bit strange, but we can use that one here. We can, and works, but would not work because it wouldn't make sense, but we could use that one for. We made sure we got up in the middle of the night for we wanted to see the harvest moon. I would usually use a word like because here, or since. So I'm going to put because here, and you'll remember that because is a subordinating conjunction. So when I use that in the same place, you will see that we do not use any punctuation. We made sure we got up in the middle of the night because we wanted to see the harvest moon. Notice I don't even pause. The subordinating conjunction is just going to flow right through. I can take this sentence and flip it. Remember, I can begin my sentence with because. Make sure that you always fix the capitalization and use the rules for capitalization. By the way, I do have a review video in that grammar link that is on the home page in the class resources that gives a little review if you're having trouble with capitalization. Because we wanted to see the harvest moon, notice that there's a pause here before we start the next sentence. So I have to have a comma here. So you'll remember that the rule is when the first word in my sentence is a subordinating conjunction, I'm going to have a comma out in the middle before my next complete sentence starts here. All right, we wanted to see the harvest moon, and then I could use a word like therefore, which is a transitional expression. And you'll remember that this is not a conjunction. So let's read that one. We wanted to see the harvest moon. Therefore, we made sure we got up in the middle of the night. There's so much of a pause with these, and therefore does not belong to the sentence. So we need to have a semicolon before it and a comma afterwards. So these are 6 different ways that I can choose to punctuate the same idea and get exactly the same point across. Make sure that you are referring to that punctuation pattern sheet. You can see as you scroll through that sheet, you'll see that you have all of these different ways that you can punctuate your sentences. You should have done some homework with this already, and this is a review. Make sure you put all of these in your notes. Let me come back to this one again so that you can see our final product here. So we have a period, a semicolon by itself, a comma with a coordinating conjunction. With the subordinating conjunction, there's nothing, except if we begin the sentence with the subordinating conjunction, we need a comma in the middle. And if we use a word like therefore, however, for example, in between 2 sentences to transition from one idea to the next, we need a semicolon always before it and a comma afterwards.